guys, welcome back to the channel. How are you all? Sorry again, it's been a couple of weeks, but I have been working away and been busy with family life. You know how it goes. So the time is around about 5 AM. The wee one and the missus is sleeping, so it gives me a couple hours to get up and get some stuff done in the car. Before I start this video, a couple of shout outs. First one will be to Honda Vlogs. They guys mentioned me on their channel and started talking about what I'm doing with this K20 swap, so here man, much appreciated for that. It's really good to be a part of that little community, you know, and speak to all the lads and see what else is happening on the channel. So subscribe to a lot of them boys as well, and a lot of really good content coming from that. Another person I'd like to give, a company I suppose, would be CG Motorsport, because without them this build wouldn't be happening. What they've managed to do with this clutch is just insane. So the rating of it's going to hold up to around about 520 foot-pounds, but they derate it. It will do more than that, which is like over 700 newton meters, which in K20 form is around about 1,000,000 horsepower. So yeah, here we have it, the last piece of the puzzle. We have here a K20 flywheel, pre-facelift, mounted to have a twin plate clutch. Oh man, that is sick. So yeah, mega props to the guys at CG Motorsport. Basically came around when I put a Facebook post out there to say, or ask for anyone's help that could possibly make me a clutch, and somebody recommended CG Motorsport, so I got in contact, and the rest is history. Made some dimensions and yeah, they sorted me out. So CG up there, a wee sticker. So the day basically is going to be a short video on sorting the front frame and showing you how I've dealt with the issue with the power steering rack. Here is the concentric slave clutch that I've actually... So this will be what's activating my clutch, which pushes against the fingers. Originally in the Mazda RX7 gearbox, it uses a pull type clutch which pulls the fingers away. However, for future proofing things, whether or not I want to try and change to an RX8 gearbox or a different type of gearbox, if I keep the clutch slave the same, or I should say push instead of a pull, it makes things a lot easier. So that's just basically to future proof the build. Another addition is the compressor, 200 litre. It's an old one, but it's Apple's Copco, well, one of them sort of rebranded ones. I bought the regulator, some airline, it's all over the place just now. And yeah, handy fittings, handy spray guns. I've got the one as well for the tyres. So yeah, it's all come together. Oh, and look at this. So yeah, as always, I'm going to start off by cleaning the bench and making some room, and when I've cleared the place up, I'm going to crack out the welder and set up the new bottle of gas and start working on this steering rack. Right guys, a bit more room now so I can set things up and get ready for welding this. Here is the rack itself. It's manually converted. I converted it myself. Welded up all the original sort of fittings for the hydraulic lines, and I've basically measured out each side to make sure this is bang on central as well. And I did find out, for some reason, I don't know how this happened, I've always had the car with nearly a full turn the wrong direction, well 45 degrees the wrong way. So I would have sort of one full turn one way and near 2 turns the other way. So I can imagine that's been offsetting my Ackerman angles quite a bit, but you know, this will help anyway, having it all bang on and central right down the centre of the car, and either side is fine. Also, one thing I've done different to standard is I've actually raised the rack around about 20mm from the stock location. The reason for that is because the car is substantially lower than it is from standard, and when you lower your car, your actual tie rod arms from your rack themselves then go up. So when you go over a bump, they straighten out, and what that does is your wheels poke out the way. It's called bump steer. So I've been quite careful around my designs and where I'm putting it to eliminate bump steer as much as possible. I have bump steer track rod ends to try and correct that to keep it straight as possible. And another thing you have to watch for or look at is your Ackerman angles as well. But fortunately enough, I'm not going too wild compared to the stock location. I'm just going higher, so I should be okay with that. So yeah, the plan is with this is I've welded on this piece here is a flange, I say 8mm thick, both sides welded, just mild steel, and again this is the other side. So I've just tacked this on just now because I started running out of welding gas and I like to make sure these are absolutely solid. And basically the flange sits across here and it'll be bolted on with these 3 bolts here, and that makes the rack removable. They'll have to weld it in place, and it also makes it solid. Now this looks a bit sort of naff, however what the strength of this will be increased by is if I make brackets from here to here, here to here, here to here, here to here. And I've got to remember as well, the load on this isn't up or down, it's actually side to side with the steering arm, so that's one thing I'll work with. So it's done fairly chunky things, so in fact, you think? Oh shit! Right, well that didn't even budge at all, and that's and I'm 125 kilograms, a bit of a fatty. So, right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how I fit the power steering rack, or the manual rack, or just the steering rack. So yeah, just sort of mount it up, get the screw in the end of the gun. Oh, look at that, straight as you like. About as straight as a roundabout. That's 1, 2. This is the 2 splines for the universal joint and onto the rack itself. And here is some 19mm. It's thick bore, so it's 2mm thick. And what I'll do is I don't cut it straight across. If you cut it at a bit of an angle, if you can imagine the angle going this way, you actually get more weld on it, so that'll do there. But I don't want to start making that up just yet because, in fact, you know what? I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tack this into place. I'm going to measure it up with my new laser sighter, and oh shit! And when everything's all straight and true, I'll weld it up, and then I'm going to start on that rack. Make the noise. Beep beep. Not sure if you guys have watched Project Binky. They're making that Austin Mini with the Celica GT4 engine and drivetrain. Hey, look at them boys, that's some next level shit. I mean, this looks absolutely gash compared to stuff they do, but you know what, if you're after a bit of enthusiasm and making the project work, tell you what, they guys have some amount of go in them, like, so highly recommend going over and checking out Project Binky. This little Mig's a bad boy. Wolf 140X. That was £100 from eBay, or £110. I can't remember. I've done a video a wee while back about that. Awesome wee thing, yeah. It's done me proud. So stuff like this, structural stuff, I do a bit of MIG, just to get some meat on there, some depth, some welds and that. For the more intricate stuff, I'll use TIG. For that bar, actually, I might use TIG. So. what I've done now is I've cut out little bits of section, and they're going to go in here. I'm going to get my magnet, I need to shorten them down and fill either side of there. Reason for that, that's the front of the car. I don't want like pigeons and cats and stuff going in there. Right guys, fully welded in. Let's get another stand in here. Yeah, solid. So I'm happy with that. That's all welded on. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to inaccurately measure this, because I'm going to sleeve it so I can adjust further from there. So there we go, it's all fitted up. I've not tagged it on yet because I will need to adjust stuff. I actually forgot that I'll need to be a specific length because you need to get the thing in. Oh yes. Not been able to do that for a wee while, boys, so hey! Just quickly, one of the boys on a forum pulled me up on welding. I know it's not 100%, and he says, yeah, you keep blaming the machine. What's the machine doing? You want to see what the machine's doing? You try and get a fucking weld on this thing when it's jumping up around 200 amps and back to the 170, or let's try and knock it down. That should be 0. 18, 40, 46. Oh, 75, 40, 52. Yeah. So, fuck you. Look at that. Looking nice and sort of clean, internet proof, I'd say. I'll stick that on, and then I'm going to have to head inside because the missus has been out. It's now 8 o'clock and I'm not inside making their breakfast. So yeah, I'll end up this video and that'll do that for the steering rack. So yeah guys, like I say, much appreciated for all your support. Your comments, sharing stuff, you know, it's good crack, I like it. I'm really enjoying this YouTube experience. So again, thank you very much, and well, we'll see you in the next video. Cheers guys. Local ass ratchet, she's gotta have it. I call the rappers ass bouncing, cause all these carrots